Alrighty, what is up everybody and welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to go ahead and build out a little research area because I was right, we can use these to auto-research things so we don't have to just have the cubes in our inventory. So that was my bad. We're going to go ahead and set some of these up today. We're probably only going to do 5. We'll probably end up expanding this as we need it. But for right now, 5, I think 5 will be enough. We're probably also going to put down a couple more of the other ones that are making the cubes right now. So I went ahead and researched a few of the research things that required the blue cubes, and then I looked into this, and apparently you can do this. So all you do is click on that, and that toggles it from producing the cubes by clicking on that one. So you feed it those things, or you click on the little beaker thing, and it sets it to a research only. It only researches the cubes though, so like you can't conveyor over the circuit boards, the gears and stuff like that. It'll only do the cubes, so I'm not sure if there's something else that we can put down later that'll research the other things so you don't have to do anything in your inventory, but for right now that'll do. I also played around with it a little bit, so it looks like the conveyors can go out a total of 3, I believe, or 4, before the sorter arms won't grab the things coming out of it. So we're going to go ahead and do this right now. We'll have it go to this one because we're not going to have it go to the last one just yet. We might change that later as we probably put more machines in or whatnot. So that's something we can go ahead and change later on. We'll do the first one for each machine here so that we can insert the other cubes as we unlock them, because we don't have the other stuff unlocked yet, I believe. Let me just check. Yeah, we still only have the cube. So I wanted to go ahead and leave the planet today, right? I wanted to go to another planet and take a look at it. But if I'm reading this correctly, we have to research this one to unlock interplanetary space travel, or to the next planet that's in our system. But we need this thing first, which is the solar sail, to be able to orbit our planet. Unless I'm missing something and I'm like not reading it correctly, which is highly likely, to be honest. But that seems to be the thing that I need to do. It looks like I need at least this solar sail 1 and the drive engine 2 to be able to leave the planet. So that's going to be a little while before we do that. The thing that we unlocked, so if we take a look here, in our planetary view, we can click that button now, and we can see all of the ores that are on the planet. And over here on the right side, you'll see that each of these has a number next to it now. It used to say unknown, I believe. So now we can see that we have a bunch of ore veins and stuff, and we can see the total of veins on the little section and the amount of material that's in those veins, which is pretty good. That kind of allows us to kind of plan out our next stages of the factory and stuff as we progress here. We can see that we don't have any silicone or titanium, but it is listed on the planet because I believe you can go ahead and find it, or at least we're finding titanium in little boulders and stuff. It's not a whole ore vein, but it is on the planet, just not in great quantities. Let's go ahead and do this because we need the arms powered as well. See if we can get this in a way that we can get a couple of these in one go. Not really. We can get 2 per, I guess. That's fine. Let's do that. A little bit of a waste of these, but they're relatively cheap to make, especially now that we have somewhat of a factory going here to make these things just fine. So it's fine. Now we need to connect this into our power network, which should be fine here. This is one of the things we unlocked as well. If we place this down and we stand in it, it'll charge our mech. It also has a further reach than the initial ones, the initial Tesla towers. So if we are expanding across the planet, we're probably going to use these ones, but while we are still building around our little factory and stuff, we're going to stick with the Tesla towers because they give a bigger range of effect. So we're going to stick with those for a little while. Let's go ahead and get this conveyor belt over this way a little bit. Actually, no, we need to do it from this way because then it'll mess up and it'll pull it that way. Let's see here. So I don't know if this will work. I didn't try this, but for right now, just to get this thing up and running, we'll try something like this. Right? Maybe. And then we can click this and see if it'll let us do that. It does. And that'll do that. Okay, so then we can drop it down one and drag it over here. It's not going to go through that. That's fine. We can just wiggle it around. Let's go one more. And then connect it in. And these guys should connect everything together just fine. And then we can just do this one here as well. And that'll be good there. And then we need to connect it to power. Right? Yeah, we need one Tesla thing here to give it all power. And we should start seeing the cubes. Let me go ahead and remove this one actually. Ooh, run button. Remove that one. Oh, pressing the run button still. Boop. There we go. And there we go. Now we have cubes coming down here, so it'll auto grab them for these guys. So then we can go ahead and click on things. So that'll be blue cubes. That needs red. That needs things that aren't blue cubes. That's more stuff. Let's go back to technologies. I think there's more stuff in here that needs blue only. Blue only. This one's blue only. Let's go and get that one done. This one needs blue only. Any more? Boop. This unlocks the red cubes for us, so let's go ahead and prioritize that one as well. And then everything else looks like it needs red cubes or things that aren't the cubes themselves. So we can ignore those for right now. If we grab these guys, we can run through and put them into the machines themselves. We're also going to, like I said, we're probably going to build more of these right now because we have a stockpile of all this material. I have it going into chests now too because some of the other crafting recipes need them, so I figured it's just better just to use them like that. Okay, so as it starts going here, I had to manually load everything, but it should, as we build more of these blue cube machines and more of the red ones, once we get them researched, we should be kind of solid here. So let me go ahead and see how I want to go ahead and rearrange this, because we can go ahead and have the conveyors for these two coming down, and then we can have a line of these guys just grabbing from the conveyor and using it. Now that we can kind of stretch things out and have a highway of conveyors feeding the same machine and stuff. So let me take a look around the planet real quick and just see kind of where I want to build. Okay, so I went ahead and moved things around here. We have 3 making magnets now. We have 3 making circuits. We're also going to go ahead and add another 2 cube makers to this thing here because it looks like we're more than able to keep up with it. We have the material to do it, so let's go ahead and just do it. Let's go ahead and plop these guys here, and then we need to run another Tesla tower here, so we can do that. And then we can just drag the conveyors, and it should be fine. So that's one of the research things done. That's cool. That goes there. This one goes there. And then we just connect them in, and it should start. Oh, after we pick the recipe, it should start producing and all that jazz. So let's go here, there, and there. Something we might need to go ahead and do is put down some more wind turbines. We might be struggling on power. Capacity 4.5, and we're using 8. Is that right? I think. Maybe. Okay, so anyways, that's going to keep up. I don't think we're going to need more than that. I just put down 2 extra ones of these because this last guy over here wasn't getting any cubes, so we were only running 4 research stations at a time. So now we're running all 5, it looks like. We're also going to go ahead and have these terminate at the end here. We'll do that. And we'll do that. And then we'll have these go into chests, so that way we have a backlog of these things as we start crafting other stuff that we need these items for. We can just come here and grab them. That way we don't have to go scavenging for them. Let's do that, and that should be fine. Cool. Okay, so that's that done. Now we have a research thing. It's going to start powering through our research for us, and we shouldn't have any issues. I keep seeing this little yellow thing pop up, so I don't know what that's for. I guess the product stacking. And it also says insufficient power. So let me go ahead and craft some more of these guys. Actually, we just got some new power things, right? We have a thermal power station, which uses combustibles to produce power. Or we got solar panels too. We have one of those for free because of the research thing gives you one of the items. Let's go ahead and plop it here. Right now it's nighttime, so it's not going to matter. It's not going to do anything for us. I'm wondering if we should go ahead and set up our coal to go ahead and make one of these things. We should have one of those in our chest. One of these power stations. Let me just grab it real quick because that's something I researched in between episodes. Where'd it go? Boom. I also have one of these things, these water tanks and stuff. But all we have right now is we have crude oil, but we don't have any way of processing the crude oil right now, which I think is this thing. Maybe something else I haven't clicked on to process it out. So we're not really worried about harvesting it just yet. What if we put it here? I don't know what those slots are. I guess we'll see when we put it down. What are you? No fuel.
A thermal power station. Such power facilities.
Go away, robot man. Thank you. Power load. It's not on, right? It shouldn't be on. It also had little squares on the side. I don't know what those are. I guess there were inputs. Yeah, we have 3 on this side, 2 on this side. Okay. So we can just do this, right? Is it going to let me use coal as a fuel source? Yes, it is going to let me use coal as a fuel source. So let me do this. So we have 3 coals going into it at once. It has a conversion rate of 80%, and we are producing 2.16 megawatts. Let me see if any of my machines are telling me that it has insufficient power now. The power thing is blue. That's a chest I clicked on, not a machine. My bad. This one just flickered a little bit, but maybe that was just something as I clicked on it. So no, we a little bit actually. Let me with this guy running. Let me... What do we do? Let's do another row of 5 wind turbines. Let me craft those up real quick. Okay, so before we wrap up today, we're going to go ahead and set up the oil manufacturing process here. We need steel, and steel is by putting in iron into a furnace. So we need to go ahead and select that. We can't use our backpack or our character's smeltery thingy. We have to use one of these. So that'll make steel for us. It's not going to make a lot. I think it's a 3-to-1 as well from iron to that. So we have that going, and we need a total of, let's see, we need 8 for that one, 10 for that one, another 12 for that one. So what is that, 20, 30 pieces of steel right now? We have the tank already made, and that's it. So we need these 3 things. So let me sit here for a little second here and get some steel going. All right, so right next to our cube maker, we have one thing of crude oil. Gives a 2.17 a second production value. So we're going to go ahead and put it here. So we need the oil extractor, I believe, on top of this. Right? It won't let me put it anywhere else. Yeah. So we're going to have it... we'll have it extract to the left. And then we will... Let's see here. What else do we need for this? We just made a bunch of stuff, and I don't remember what it was. So we have the tank. That gives us crude oil, I think, or stores the crude oil. So we need a chemical plant that'll break down the oil. We need an oil refinery that'll, what does that say? That'll refine the crude oil into oil and hydrogen. So what is this one? Can process the primary products of crude oil into more advanced chemicals. Okay, so we need this one in the next step. We're probably going to have multiple tanks now that I'm thinking about it, because how big is the tank actually? So we'll have a little bit of a backlog of crude oil like that. What do I need for these tanks as well?
You built a storage tank.
We need a
It is
bunch
more
of iron
suitable
and
for storing
stuff.
fluid
Okay,
than a
let me
storage.
grab that and grab
Each
some more
storage
tanks.
tank
Okay, so now that we have this thing placed down, I don't know how we go about connecting it, because we don't have any types of piping. If it lets me conveyor it to the tank, that kind of don't make any sense. It's not gonna let me do that, right? That'll be odd. Angle too wide. Is it going to let me do that? Let me... Oh wow, it actually is gonna let me do that. Oh, it comes out as little cubes. It doesn't come out as an oil. Okay. So then we're going to have that go into a tank. Is this not storable in a tank? Is that why it's not letting me do that? Maybe. Nope. It let me put it in there. Okay, so it comes out in little cubes and it turns back into a liquid. Strange, but okay. Whatever. So now we have crude oil in here. Right? Any way for me to see that? No, other than the little dot and knowing that it's coming out of there. Okay. So then we need an oil refinery that'll break it down. Let's do this so that we can have it come out on each side, maybe. And then we'll do conveyor back in. All right, so now that we got the crude going into the refinery here, looks like we can pick our recipe, but we only have one recipe apparently. And that will give us hydrogen and refined oil. And so before we actually place down the tanks, let's go ahead and place this down real quick just to see what the thing is itself. Okay, so we can get 4 recipes right now. We can make plastic with the refined oil and refined silicone maybe. Graphene we can make with hydrogen and something. I don't know what that sugar cube looking thing is. Same thing here, advanced, but it's hydrogen and the sugar cube. Is there a way for me to click on it? Fire ice. Natural resource. Okay, I don't think we have any of that on this planet, or at least I have not seen it. Who knows? The only other thing we can make is sulfuric acid, which is the refined oil, stone, and water. You know what? For right now, actually, I think we're just going to go ahead and have this stuff store into a chest. I think, like, the main thing we can actually make is this, is the plastic, and maybe the sulfuric acid. The graphene, I don't think we can make. What is that yellow thing? Sulfuric acid. Oh, never mind. We can make all 3. We can make 3 of the 4 recipes. We can't make the advanced one because we don't have the fire ice. But we can make the other 3. We just don't... we don't have the machines made currently. So let's go ahead and do this instead. This is going to be outputting 2 types of material. So let's put a tank on... it said you can put these vertically. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's go here. Since we can conveyor right into the machine, is it going to let me do that? Or into the tank? Or is it going to want me not to do that? Colliding with other object. Okay, so we're too close. Let's go ahead and move it. Where's it at? Boop. There. Oh, there you go. You can stack them. That's what it was talking about. Okay, so with these things set up, we had to go ahead and put down a filter on these guys. Since it's making 2 things, we didn't want them trying to fill the same tank with both material and then locking up and not moving. So we went ahead and did that. Now we have both of them going into their own separate tanks. For right now, that's probably going to be all we do. So we can make all 3 recipes in the chemical plant. but we don't currently have an infrastructure built up with these things. So let's see here. If we make the sulfuric acid, we need to be feeding it water, which isn't too bad. We can go ahead and set a pump up. But we need to go ahead and set up a stone mine then, if we're gonna run that one. And then if we run plastics, we need this stuff, energetic graphite, which is not that bad to make. It doesn't look like. It looks like it needs coal. Coal in something. What is that? Coal in either a smelting facility or our inventory. So we can make that stuff. That's not too bad to make. So yeah, we might actually make that next episode, I guess. We can go ahead and set this whole factory thing up and running and get these things auto-generating for us. But for right now, I think that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. We went ahead and got the little research station set up. I think we have all of the researches unlocked that require the blue cubes. So I'm going to go ahead and get these things, get a few more of these machines built and ready to go for next episode so that we can go ahead and finish off the oil refinery area and hopefully start getting into this thing, because I do kind of want to start going to different planets. We need this thing, which we should be able to get to, but we also, I think, need this one. I could be wrong. We probably don't need this one. We probably only need this one, but I don't know until we get there. But for sure, this is going to go ahead and be it. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Look at the planet.